Hello, Cameron. Um, this is obviously my video on what I think culture is. Actually, this is gonna be my first time uploading a video to YouTube or making a video, really, of myself talking. Yeah, I made little ones on iPhoto, but not ones that I put out there. Yeah, excuse me if I go into a coughing fit. I am sick. Obviously, she is as well. We actually have like a whole stash sitting here. Honey flavored cough syrup, Theraflu, more stuff, tray full of vitamin C and cough drops. It's been a bit ridiculous the past 3 weeks. I'm hoping I'm talking loud enough. So, what I think culture is, I think it's a really broad word. I really think it's interesting that people consider, when you go to a lot of museums and travel a lot, you're well cultured. Although you could have no culture at the same time. I feel. When I think of culture, I think of what's the word? Like things that are passed down in families. I know my mom, for example, is Persian. So we have a lot of celebrations. We have a lot of ceremonies and stuff that is just part of the culture. My sister is Muslim, and she lives in Malaysia. And when I went there, there's like a lot of different. I feel like there's a twist in the culture. And it's hard to explain though. I feel like culture is one of the hardest words to explain. Not only right now, but in general. I don't think I've ever been able to define culture. Traditions was the word I was looking for. Jeez. Okay. But yeah, we have Persian New Year, which is always, we have to set up this, blanket, basically, with, a goldfish and money and orange, and I honestly don't know exactly what everything represents. It's it's 7 things that start with an S, I believe. Saffron is one of them. And then 13 days later, I believe, or something around that time, we have to jump through fire to cleanse our souls, which is really interesting. Unfortunately, I don't hang out with that side of my family as much, and so I don't remember too much of it. On the other hand, my dad's side of the family is American from the East Coast, Pennsylvania, really Republican, very Christian. And it's a really interesting difference between them, With one of them, I go through all these little parties and have these sweets. It's very family oriented. We always have the whole family get together, and they're very loving. I suppose. My dad's side of the family is more tough and old. When I'm with them, I go shooting. Not much to that. But I guess there also aren't as many children on that side. That makes sense. So back to culture. I think the video that we watched was really interesting. Again, I told you I like anthropology, sociology, psychology. Um, I didn't know YouTube was only in 2005. I feel like it's been forever, and I can't believe I still haven't uploaded a video, although I have found videos of myself on there, which is also really interesting to not know that you're on the web, but most likely you are. YouTube is also interesting because, you know, it gets into this deep thing where, like, people are comforted by other people and they have connections with people that they've never met, and possibly won't meet. Although I know I used to watch two, they were, they just made really good videos. They were all jokes, but they were really cool, and I guess they actually, the guy flew out to meet the girl, and they made a video together, and that was really cool. But it's interesting that people, like, get so connected over things like that. Even MySpace, I know people that have gone out to meet other people that they've met on MySpace, and the whole internet thing is interesting to connect people. But at the same time with YouTube, it also brings out, like, the bad in people. Like, a lot of the time there's just really, really mean comments, and it's kind of like they don't have to worry about ever meeting that person. They can just be as rude as they want, which is interesting to think about. But yeah, I'm not sure how much more I have to say on culture. I mean, I have a lot to say, but it's going to be a lot of stopping and going. And, I can keep talking about it, but I don't know what else there is to say, actually. I hope I can edit this out. Okay, when I get stuck. I used to actually practice impromptu speaking, which I probably still should. Same with my stop and goes. That's one thing, though, on YouTube that's really funny is when people stop and correct themselves and keep going. You feel like it'll go smoother if they just don't correct themselves. Culture. I think it's interesting to think that possibly if the whole 2012 thing doesn't happen and our world gets destroyed some other way,